Sarah and Tom go scuba diving in the ocean. In the diagram below, Sarah is at point B and creating an angle of elevation of 37 degrees with the ocean floor. Tom is at point A, creating an angle of elevation of 18 degrees with the ocean floor. How far apart are Sarah and Tom if they are diving 100 feet below sea level? And round your answer to the nearest tenth of a foot. So the first thing that I want to put in here is the 100. Here is the 100. This distance here. That's the 100. And like the previous problem here, it may be helpful for us to color code this a little bit to figure out how far apart Sarah and Tom are. So eventually what we're looking at is between points A and B, that distance. But what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to have a triangle here. It's going to be this triangle. And then we're going to do this triangle. And in this case, what we're going to have to do to come up with the distance between A and B is we're going to have to take our answer from the green triangle and subtract our answer from the yellow triangle. But let's go ahead and get it set up. Here we'll start with the yellow triangle. And with regard to our yellow triangle, as we label this, across from the right angle is our hypotenuse. We know the 100, which happens to be across from the 37, which is the opposite, which means that this side is the adjacent side, and we actually want to figure out what that length between C and B is. It's kind of hidden. I'll try to put the yellow back in here, but we want to find this length right now, and we can call that length X. So we know the opposite, we want to find the adjacent, and that's going to be a tangent function. So we're going to set up tangent of 37 equals opposite divided by adjacent. So to solve this function, we're going to switch places. The tangent of 37 and the x are going to switch places. So we're going to get x equals 100 divided by the tangent of 37. And we go over here to decimals, so we're going to type that in. 100 divided by tangent of 37. And we get 132.7. Let's go back and look for the units there, but probably to the nearest tenth. Round your answer to the nearest tenth. So again, 132.7. So now we need to figure out the green triangle. In our green triangle, when we find this distance, it's going to be this entire length. I'm going to call that length y. And the nice part is when we're looking at this triangle with respect to 18, across from the right angle, here's the hypotenuse. Across from the 18 is the opposite. We already have that opposite written in blue, and that means that our y value here is the adjacent, and this is going to be another tangent function. So it's going to be tangent of 18 equals 100 divided by y. Again, we're going to solve it the same way. We're going to trade places. The tangent of 18 and the y are going to trade places. And now that we've got that set up, we're going to go to decimals, and we're going to type it in. 100 divided by tangent of 18. And we get 307.76, which is going to round to 307.8. I want to look back there one more time just to make sure I didn't copy it wrong. 307.8. So now, We know the whole big long distance of 307.8. We know the distance between C and B is 132.7. When we finish this problem, what we're going to do is we're going to take the 307.8 and we're going to subtract 132.7. And when we come over here, 307.8 minus 132.7 gives us the 175.1. And our units are feet.